some of the themes we'll talk like in the early on, we'll know when a bigger, the new couple or something's happening. We'll go, hey, Bear, just so you get in your head, we may need a theme for this, like Fraser's Ridge or, Roger Briant, things like that.
Yeah, the Fergus and Marsali theme, which played for like 30 seconds in season 3.
Right.
And then in season 4, but I was just playing long game, because I knew we would have more of it in the future.
Yes.
But it's like, those are those great conversations. That's what makes Outlander so rewarding, is that there are so many opportunities to do it fast and just go, oh, they're getting married, just write a marriage cue and be done with it. But it's like, no, let's take a minute and write a theme that is worth calling back to years in the future.
And I know we talked about, wanting to get a little bit more of the Revolutionary War feeling into some of these things, which you've done in a way that, and I heard it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, cool, yeah, that's great, and I'm not gonna give it away, but it was just like, oh, there it is, you know what I mean? And just when you think Bear's not paying attention, he's paying attention, and he's gonna give you something. So,
hey man, I've been planting that seed since season 3.
No,
the end credits of the last episode of season 3. I'm ready.
I know
to go.
that one. I love that one. That was one of my favorites. When we end after the hurricane, and then we hear that, and it's like, oh yeah, this is where we're going.
It's like, welcome to America.
One of the things that I love about Outlander, not only visually, but musically, is how we call back. We call back and we call back, and I think season 5, that first fiery cross scene, and remember you called back to it later.
To season 2,
and it was like, oh my God, that's so great, because it was haunting then, it's haunting now, and it ties everybody, the families together, and those are the things I love. I love when you get that sense of the investment. The fans that have been in from day one, you give them a payoff, because they'll hear that and they'll go, I don't know when I heard it, but I know I've heard it, and it just makes me feel good. And I love when we do that.
501 is still one of my fondest memories on the whole show. When Jamie is gonna light the cross, and so he opens that dusty old chest, with his like attire for the first time in 20 years or something. And it's like, it just hit me like a ton of bricks that if we hear that folk song, that nationalist sort of patriotic song from season 2 during the Jacobite uprising, if that comes back here, it's so metal. Like, because people are it's just gonna have that visceral reaction, because Jamie hasn't opened this thing, for 20 years, but we haven't heard that in 3 years. To capitalize on that nostalgia. And that's just a great tool as a storyteller, as a dramatist, that music bypasses your logical brain and just goes right to your emotions. I love that we have so many opportunities on our show to do that.
Do you